I think it's a fascinating subject because, first of all, the tax system reflects the way our economy evolves. We live in a time of globalization, and we see in the tax system that this raises a number of issues. Then I think taxes are fascinating because they have these two sides. They have a negative side, which means that people feel the burden of taxation. It's money taken away from them, but they also have a very positive side in that they are the basis of the state. There would be no public services, there would indeed be no civilization without the tax system. So they are very fundamental for our society, and bringing these two sides together is fascinating, I think. In some areas there is double non-taxation because companies can exploit inconsistencies in the tax system and can avoid taxation. They can set up companies in tax havens and structure their finances or the property, certain assets, so that they altogether avoid taxation. But then we also have cases of double taxation, again, where tax systems are inconsistent, and the source country and the residence country both tax the same amount. So I think we have inconsistencies in the tax system and the need for more coordination. I think the Starbucks case reflects various things. On the one hand, certainly a company that uses and exploits possibilities offered by the international tax system to avoid taxes and to reduce its tax bill. Now, as long as companies do not violate the law, I think this is legitimate. It's not nice, but it's legitimate. And if we want to change that, we have to change the international tax system. And what our tax system currently does is determine where income is generated, actually, in which country. And I think Starbucks is a very good example that this is very difficult in the modern economy, because in many companies value is generated on the basis of intellectual property, of brand names, of patents. And this is a type of asset which is very mobile. And what Starbucks has done is put its brand name, so the asset, the brand, into low-tax countries, and then, if the brand name is used in the United Kingdom, in that case, the coffee shops in the United Kingdom have to pay fees, royalty fees or license fees, and this means the income isn't generated in the UK, but somewhere else. Of course, you could say income is generated where the consumers are, and I think arguing that no income at all is generated in the UK is a problem. But to address that, I think we have to rethink our tax system. One relatively simple solution would be to introduce source taxes on royalty payments that would solve the problem here. The trouble is, to introduce these taxes, you need agreement among different governments to change double taxation agreements, and that's not easy to achieve. I don't think we need a global union of tax authority. What we need is coordination of national tax policies and a reform, in my view, of double taxation agreements. And I think a lot could be done if there was agreement, let's say within the OECD, to reform double taxation agreements and, for instance, introduce more source-based taxation. This is about the rather technical things, source taxes and the definition of permanent establishment. So that means, when do we consider a company to be present in a country? If we look at Amazon, for instance, Amazon sends its books to consumers in Germany, but the question is, does that mean that Amazon has a taxable presence at all in Germany, that they have to pay profit tax in Germany. I think, again, because the world changes, the internet becomes more important. We have to adjust our tax systems to reflect that. We don't need a world tax government. I think we just need more cooperation among existing national tax authorities. Yeah, I said that not to say that economists are the same as king's clowns, but we share certain aspects, if you like. And I think the aspect we do share is that it is the task and, if you like, the mission of academics and economists in the public debate to say the truth and not be afraid of saying unpopular things. I think politicians have to be elected, and that's why they cannot say certain things or don't want to say certain things. And I think we are paid by the taxpayer to take on this role, to say things openly and freely, even if they are unpopular.